What is up, folks? We have seen people predict every UFC champion for the end of 2025, but I think I'm going to change things up and do it division by division. So I am going to be ranking and choosing who I believe will be the flyweight champion, 125-pound UFC champion at the end of 2025. If we head on over to the UFC rankings page, we can see Alexander Pantoja is the current champion. Rank number one is Brandon Royval, number two, Brandon Moreno, number three, Amir Albazi, four, Kai Kara France, and five, Tatsuro Taira. I actually think, I'm not going to say who I think is going to be the champ yet, but if you can see the top of my tabs, I'm going to go through three guys. I think a guy who has everything in the making to be a champ, including the personality, is Manel Cap, Starboy. Yes, he lost 2 fights ago to Muhammad Mukayev. It was a decision, but the guy has knockout power. He's got strikes. He's got finesse. He closes the distance well. He earned a third round TKO victory against Bruno Silva, and it looked fantastic in his post-fight speech. He called out everybody and their dog, and he's getting Brandon Royval next, who potentially that fight should likely be a number one contender fight, him against Royval, because Manel Cap, again, has the knockout power to be the top of this division. He's elusive, and he has the potential to do it. So looking at his opponent in this potential number one contender match, we've got his opponent, Brandon Royval, 17-7. This guy, again, also has TKO power. He's got submissions as well. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. He beat Brandon Moreno via split decision, and he beat Tatsuro Taira by split decision as well in October. As I said, he fights Manel Cap next, number one contender fight. And these two guys will be facing off to potentially face the champion, who should still be champion at the time, Alexander the Cannibal Pantoja. 29-5, the guy has looked unstoppable. He looked like he was going balls to the walls against Kai Asakura. Rear naked choke, came out on fire. The guy blazes through the first few minutes of the fight, and he picked up the rear naked choke in round two. He earned the title with a split decision over Brandon Moreno in 2023. He then beat Brandon Royval to keep his title, and then Steve Erceg by an unanimous decision, which was interesting because everyone thought that Alexander Pantoja was going to walk all over Steve Erceg, and he didn't. Erceg is the real deal. And we see Kai Asakura in the next fight, and Pantoja just showed the unrelenting skill that he has in this flyweight division. Now, if he does not stay in the division, who the heck knows? But at 125 pounds, my champion for the end of 2025 is going to stick with Alexander Pantoja. You heard it here. Alexander Pantoja, I believe, will still be 125-pound flyweight UFC champion at the end of 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on who you think will be the UFC flyweight champion at the end of 2025. That was a lot of 20s at the end of 2025, but I think Alexander Pantoja stays the champ and continues his reign of destruction in the UFC flyweight division. That does it for this video. Again, as I said, I'm going to go through all of the UFC divisions one by one, starting with flyweight over the next few days. And I believe Alexander Pantoja is your man. Make sure you check out MMA Sucka on all social media platforms, and check out our favorite sponsors, Slappy's, the best vodka soda in town, at Drink Slappies on Instagram.